10 laps, 10 f***ing laps, come on. Here we go, this is it, man. Oh my God.
I'm here at the Geraint Thomas National Velodrome of Wales to hopefully see a new world record set. Not by me, but by a chap called James MacDonald. So let's head inside, try and find him and see what's going on. So I've made it into the track centre, and behind me is all of the setup and equipment and technology that James and his team of support crew and helpers are using for the day to monitor all of his efforts and do the official timing. At the moment, James has just jumped onto the bike. He's warming up, getting out of one with his setup, making sure everything's dialed in and perfect for his attempt. So once he's finished doing his warm-up, I'm going to grab him for 5 or 10 minutes and find out some more information about what's going on so that you guys know exactly what we're up to. So James, you've just come in and finished your warm-up and you're here to take on the record for the fastest time to ride 100 kilometres. Do you think you can beat that today, basically?
I think it's close. I think it's not one of those things where you turn up and think, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I don't think records are like that anyway, and they shouldn't be. I was close enough to it the last time in a training ride, about 6 weeks ago, to do 1,200 laps, and the 400 laps being the 100K, obviously.
Yeah.
So I was within 5 minutes of the record overall in the 2 and a bit hours, so wanted to come back and try that on its own.
Give us a little bit of a background into your approach with cycling and some of the events like this.
I've done, and over the last sort of 6, 7, 8 years, I've done more and more sort of long distance events, like the Race Across America, solo version. Did Land's End John O'Groats and back record in 2017, and then I did the 24-hour attempt that was covered in 2019. So, and then obviously the pandemic's kind of got in the way, but the plan was always to come back and do the 24-hour again. And so, yeah, this is short for me.
But for you, most people be going, God, 100 kilometres, that's what they'd count as a long ride, but you're counting this as one of your shorter events.
Yeah, and it's still going to be hard. It's still going to be, I mean, just on the warm-up there thinking, maybe I should have been there for 12 hours because it'd be easier, but it's only easier in the moment. But the thought of going on and doing 2 hours or two hours and a bit is a very different prospect to being here all day. So it'll be over a lot quicker.
Right, we're underway, and James is just coming round to the end of his first lap. There he goes, so he's just getting settled in, getting himself comfy on the bike, finding his pace, finding his rhythm, and well, settling in for the next 100 kilometres.
Speed it up again. You're back up to 43.37.
So the person over my shoulder there is Toby, who is James's race engineer. Now they've got radio communication between the pair of them, so both of them can speak and hear the other person. At the moment, James is just getting information from Toby to help him settle in and find that correct pace. So the current 100-kilometre record, the average speed, I think, is 42.7 kilometres an hour. Now, James is going to go out trying to hold the target of around 43 kilometres an hour. This will give them a little bit of a buffer to make sure they're not only on track to beat the record, but also go as fast as he can possibly go on the day. And I think with all the equipment and optimized aero setup that James has got, he's going to need to hold in the region of about 260 watts for the duration of the event, which hopefully, all being well, should be under 2 hours and 19 minutes. God, he looks aero.
Yep. That was a good
Yeah, no. Fast lap too.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah.
Right, so this is Toby. You are James's race engineer.
That's what they call me.
I really like that term. So you'll keep an eye on him, make sure he's safe and riding at the right pace and all sorts of bits like that. And you've also just passed him up a drink bottle, which was interesting because you've got that bottle tucked in between his handlebars, which is quite a sort of simple solution to make it as aero as possible, I guess. But also, we've got loads of equipment and technical stuff going on here. So give us a little bit of an explainer into what we've got going on.
Yeah, so this is, we have to have, because there's a record attempt, we have to have 2 timing systems. So we have a chip on his bike that gives us the official time.
Yeah.
But if that fails, we have to have a second system. And I've created a manual system that gives us a lot more information. So at the moment, he has a target speed to achieve the record.
Yeah.
And so long as he goes above that, basically everything's green.
Yeah.
So we have the achieved speed today. That's what he's done.
Yeah.
He's currently sitting at 43.35, which is well up on ahead of Wayne Isley, which is why that's green. One of the things that we discovered right from the very start was comms is critical for him. When he's got communication with the pits or where we are, you know, he's on it and he's doing it as fine. As soon as we lost communication, that was it. He went down. The other thing he has is music.
Yeah.
And most people have music when they're, you know, doing turbo sessions or cycling or whatever. But obviously you're in control of it.
Yeah.
And he cannot be in control of his music, right?
Yeah.
So I have a complete DJ station here.
Race engineer and DJ.
Yeah. And that's red because he's going too fast.
Well, I guess it's a good problem to have.
Oh yeah.
It's good. Well, it's good to see James settled in really nice. So I guess we'll leave you to it to make sure you can update him with any information that he needs. And I'm going to keep an eye on the screen to make sure James is going as fast as he should be.
Yes, he's going too fast. But that's okay for now. The target speed is dropping like a stone. It's down to 40.9.
Which is good, yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to be another 186 laps until James finishes, or 185. Prove me wrong. But so I thought now would be a good opportunity to talk you through the bike and some of the equipment that he's using to take on this record. So the bike that he's riding today is a BMC track machine, the TR01. It's a lightweight carbon fiber bike designed to be as aerodynamic and fast as possible. Matched up to that are carbon fiber Mavic lenticular disc wheels. Now I won't go into all the ins and outs and little details of that bike because over on GCN Tech I've got a detailed look at the bike, giving you all of those intricate little details that you probably like to know. So if that's your thing, head over and check that out on GCN Tech. Now, in terms of the kit that he's riding in, he's got a custom-made Endura skin suit. This is incredibly figure-hugging and has got some fancy textured surfaces across his arms, his shoulders, and onto the top section of his back. This is designed to reduce the aerodynamic drag as he's riding through the air at around 43 kilometers an hour. He's got some fancy overshoes and socks to again help try and reduce that aero drag. And the helmet he's using is a collaboration between Endura and Drag to Zero. God, and he does look blooming fast in it all as well.
It's a bit easier now. Have I slowed?
No. That last lap was 43.58.
14 laps to go now. It's really good to hear James getting excited himself, cheering as he's coming past, and he's also getting loads of encouragement from the track side, which is really good. And you can see he's starting to elevate and lift his pace a little bit because he's got that added bit of incentive to know he's nearly made it to the finish. And all being well, I think we could be on track for a new record. God, he still looks blooming fast.
You know what comes after this song, though, don't you?
No.
The end.
Oh.
History awaits. History awaits. Here we go. This is it. This is it, man.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Talk about finishing a fucking bang. Right, James is just behind me getting patched up because, well, he had a little bit of a moment as he was celebrating, so he styled it out and I think he's all right. But the great news is he outset a new world record. I haven't got the time confirmed in front of me, so we'll let everyone gather themselves for a second and then we'll get the finalised time and we'll leave that in a second. Right, James, we've seen you finish in spectacular fashion. So yeah, thanks very much for that. I'm glad to see that you're all right, which is the most important thing. So before we reveal your overall time to everybody, give us an idea of how it was. How did it go from your perspective?
We paced it really, really well, actually. It was really consistent. I always look forward to having a little kind of break in the middle. And so I got above the pace to give me some time to be able to do that. So between laps 200 and 250, I wanted a little kind of tiny little burst, which I had time to do, and then start ramp it up. And then really psychologically, once you're inside the last 100 laps, it's just a case of just hanging in there and watching the laps tick off, you know.
I found it really interesting when we were hearing what Toby was saying to you through a lot of, relaying information, just keeping you on target, keeping you on track, focused, and not getting too carried away at the start. That was something he was saying. He was like, right, so make sure you don't get too carried away and ride too fast. So that was interesting from my perspective. And it was really good, like how consistent you held your body position to be really aerodynamic. I found that good. So.
Yeah, that's just practice from doing it for hours, so that's okay, it does help. And when I feel a bit tired, I'm just trying to focus on my position a little bit better. So no, it was good, and we planned it to, like, the music I was listening to at the beginning was a bit more chilled out, and that was deliberate. It was just to make sure that it didn't go off too fast, and then we changed that music because that helps me keep my pace. And so it went really well.
Well, it went that well. In fact, over my shoulder, we've got your official time up on the board: 2 hours, 19 minutes and 19 seconds. 692, which is a new world record. Because I know we said earlier we thought it was around the 219 marker, but the time you had to actually beat, I've got it stored up here, 2 hours, 20 minutes and 31 seconds. So easily within a new world record. So yeah, congratulations, top work.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
you happy?
Absolutely happy, yeah, apart from the end.
Apart from the end, but we'll brush over that, that's all right. Yeah, so congratulations. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up. And I really want to hear what you've got to say about James's attempt at the record and any words of encouragement you might have for when he's taking on his next big challenge in the coming months, I presume. So yeah, see you later.